If the timing is wrong, God says slow. Everybody say slow. Now, how many of you know that this is worse than no? Isn't it? God, please just don't say slow. Just say no. But he doesn't say no, he says slow a lot of times. In addition to my son, Cole, who's 15, I have a daughter named Ruby, and she's 17 right now. And I think all the way back to when Ruby was a little girl, like preschool age, and some of you, again, parents will be able to understand this. It seemed like when Ruby was small, she was just completely rambunctious. And every time I turned around, I was saying to her, in a minute, you know, can we go outside, Daddy? In a minute, Ruby. Can we get something to eat? In a minute. Can we blow bubbles? In a minute. I was just always saying in a minute to Ruby. Some of you said that to your kids or to your grandkids or something like that. And there was one Saturday morning, we were living in Southern California at this time, and my wife, Renee, just needed a Saturday morning kid-free and husband-free, right? So here's what she does. She sends me and Ruby to Target with a whole list of things that we need to get. And I got to say this by way of disclaimer, mommies, they know all about how to navigate the Target experience. Daddies, not so much, okay? It's not nearly as easy. So we're on our way to Target. I have this whole list of things. I have no idea where they even are in the store. I have Ruby with me. She's in the car. She's bouncing off the doors in the car. We get out of the car. She's so excited to be at Target. I'm trying to get her into the store. I'm basically carrying her behind me like a kite, you know. And we get up near the front doors of the Target, and I see this amazing thing. I see this whole long row of carts, not cages. They look like cages. So I grab Ruby and I put her inside one of the carts, and I'm pushing her in to the Target. And if you have been in a Target, which I'm sure you have, you know the layout. And you come in and there's usually a deli over there somewhere. And the deli area, the food area, has the icy and the icy machine. And so Ruby, my amazing little girl, sees the icy machine. And she starts to say, Daddy, can I have an icy? And I say to her, in a minute. And then I promise you this is true. This goes on for like 8 or 10 or 15 minutes just constantly. Every row, I'm trying to find all these items for Renee. Can I have an icy? In a minute, Ruby. Daddy, can I have an icy? In a minute, Ruby. And about 10 minutes into this whole excursion, we're going back across all the checkout lanes. And it's a Saturday morning. There's all kinds of people in these checkout lanes. And we're going back across there, and something happens. My beautiful, amazing, just precious, pig-haired little girl, she jumps out of her cage and she throws herself down in the midst of all these people and just starts like making snow angels and screaming at the top of her lungs. I have no idea what's going on. All the other dads are standing around going, I don't know what to do. The mommies are like, just pick her up and hit her and put her back in the cage. That's what you do. It's easy. I had no idea. I don't know how this works, right? And some of you I know right now are thinking to yourself, well, Todd, hello. That sounds like a little 6-year-old or 7-year-old little girl. And you know what? It does. But here's why I tell you that whole story. Doesn't it also sometimes sound like some of us? Isn't there an impatient child that lives inside of so many of us? Now, don't admit this. Don't raise your hand. Don't cheer. But let me ask you this. Have you ever pitched a fit in front of God? Have you ever kind of started out your prayer time with God by saying something like this? Hello, God. You don't understand. Which is a terrible way to start a prayer, by the way, because he does understand pretty much everything, right? God, you don't understand. I don't want this in 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. Read my lips, God. I want it now.